Our next speaker, let me invite up Bill Dion. Bill Dion is known to everybody in this room, I'm sure. Gives so generously of his time. He is a former president of council and a co-chairperson for this event today. Bill?
Thank you so much, David. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I probably shouldn't go off agenda and say something about the Carter Bird and Cavallo dancers, so I won't, but they were pretty cool, I thought. I wish you guys were here, because it would be, oh my God, look at us, this is so amazing. So to David's comment, we certainly do miss you, Yigal. So here's the real story. Donna said to me, Dr. Corrado said to me, don't you dare do a typical introduction of me. They can read about everything. So she said, say anything you want to. Are you nervous? So, to say that Donna and I have sat on a million committees together and certainly enjoyed our work on council through the board is an understatement. What I can say is that our commissioner is a woman who certainly has embraced the past of everything that has happened in the Aging Network, and as importantly, she cares what the future is going to look like and has an eye on that future, because clearly it's a changing world. She adores senior centers, no matter what they're called, innovative or neighborhood. She really cares about case management, and above all, she cares about the dignity of aging. So with all of that, it is absolutely my pleasure to be able to introduce the Commissioner of the New York City Department of Aging, Dr. Donna Corrado.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I have the pleasure this morning of doing welcoming remarks, and sorry that I was late. One of the privileges of being a commissioner is that the city gives you a driver and a chauffeur. But I don't know where he was this morning. So I walked over to my office and jumped in a yellow taxi cab. I had my choice. I had an Uber, I had a Lyft, I had a Accessoride, I had this, that, and the other. Doing a cost-benefit analysis, and I got into a yellow cab. And talk about aging, okay? So here's the fellow in the taxi cab. I always have to tell a story, right? So this man was about 75 years old and just came to this country. Said he was here once in 1994 and drove a cab for a year. Went back to his country, came back, and now is driving a cab for at least 1 week. Found the Marriott Marquis. I couldn't find my way up here. That's like 7 stories. But nonetheless, I don't want to bore you, because today's actually a very exciting day that has been at least 15 years in the making. And LiveOn New York will be, this is the inaugural conference as LiveOn New York. And we were out last night for the pre-conference dinner that Joan Ryan graciously hosted. And we were talking about, what do you think about the name? What is it that's, gets you going and all that? And I have to say that this is the most exciting thing that has happened to council in as long as I've been involved, in at least 20 years. Because it's fresh, it's exciting, and we can envision our own future. And that's what's so exciting. And as I was driving in the cab on the way up here, I was reading, the preliminaries. We get a lot of, pre-memos about things and speeches that, the president's going to give tonight, and the governor's agenda and all that. Everybody leaks it, so like when you watch it, it's kind of boring. But anyway, it's the first time that I have to say, the federal government, the state, and the city all of their objectives and all of their initiatives are aligned. And it's wonderful to read the governor's speech and his priorities, to see that homeless, people are a priority, that vulnerable populations are a priority. And this one really knocked me over. Not-for-profits are a priority. Building the infrastructure. Faith-based community so that they can help vulnerable populations. It's not a novel idea. We've been doing this forever, and now we've strengthened that. So I would like to, just welcome all of you. Enjoy the day. There's a lot going on, and Corinda, basically, if I was giving a speech, I would have said many of the same things, so I'm glad that I left it on the kitchen table, and I don't have it. But pay attention, because this is all very important stuff, and it's stuff that needs a little bit of your gray matter, so it's a little, you need to really pay attention because it's complicated. And not only is it complicated, once you think you get it, it changes. So, good advice, Corinda. Check into the Department of Health website. That is our future in aging services. We are part of the healthcare world, whether we want to know that or not. This is who we are, and this is our future. So please, take the responsibility yourselves. Go online, read about it. It's really important that you're educated, knowledgeable, and that we build the best safety net for seniors in the years to come. Because we don't want to do it if we're not going to do it well. So I thank you. Enjoy the day, and live on, New York.